People often ask why the Chinese eat animals that shock the rest of the world. Spiders, snakes, dogs, anything that moves. But this is not about taste. This is not about culture. This is about survival. Because at one point in history, millions of people had only one choice: eat or die. In the late 17th century, the Ottoman Empire reached its greatest extent. Its population, spread across dozens of countries, was around 30 million. At the same time, China's population was already close to 130 million. Throughout human history, no matter the era, China has always been far more crowded than most civilizations. This was not an accident. China is one of the largest countries on Earth, with fertile lands and a climate that allowed agriculture to flourish. Food production was high, and with food came population growth. But population is a double-edged sword. If managed well, it is power. If mismanaged, it becomes a threat. For thousands of years, Chinese rulers understood one thing very clearly: food is control. In harsh authoritarian systems, peasants were not seen as citizens, but as tools of production. Villages were given impossible quotas. Those who failed were punished. Their food rations were reduced. Hunger became a weapon. Rebellions were rare, not because people were satisfied, but because starvation leaves little energy for resistance. Obedience was enforced not by ideology, but by empty stomachs. In 1949, Mao Zedong came to power and founded the People's Republic of China. By 1958, Mao launched what he called the Great Leap Forward. The goal was simple: destroy the old culture, create an industrial superpower. People were forced into massive communes. Factories and farms were controlled by the state. Food was no longer a right, it was payment. Those who could not work were left behind. Then, in 1966, Mao launched the Cultural Revolution. Ancient traditions were erased, books were burned, temples were destroyed, craftsmen were sent to labor camps. China was being cut off from its own memory. In 1958, Mao made a fatal mistake. Officials noticed sparrows eating grain. They reached a simple conclusion: sparrows were stealing food from the people. An order was issued. All sparrows in China were to be killed. Millions of birds were slaughtered. The campaign was celebrated as a success, but no one understood the balance of nature. With birds gone, insects multiplied without control. Locusts and pests destroyed crops across the country. China's food system collapsed. What followed was one of the worst famines in human history. Agriculture failed. Food disappeared. Villages were abandoned. At first, people ate animals. When animals were gone, they ate insects, grass, tree bark, and mud. Survival became instinct. According to survivors, there was no time to cook. Anything edible was consumed immediately, not because people had lost morality, but because hunger destroys choice. Today, insect and exotic animal consumption in China is decreasing, but the pressure has not disappeared. Climate change, drought, water shortages. Since 2020, food production has struggled to meet demand. Reports suggest that up to 900 million people could be affected by future shortages. History teaches us one thing: when food runs out, civilization is tested. So the question is not why the Chinese eat everything. The real question is, what happens when food runs out again? Share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more hidden history and uncomfortable truths. Obscura Files.